Weird. We are the Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha. We are your hosts, Rexy
and Denise, and we are recording with special support from Councilmember Mark Collier,
broadcasting from a galaxy far, far away.
Pew pew.
Okay, recording has started. Excellent. We are recording.
Weird.
Sorry, I'm also a little bit sick as we are doing this, so my energy level is
my brain was totally blank. No one said anything, and I was like, "What's the catchphrase?"
I know.
Bing bang wham, or whatever.
Denise is a little
Whiz bang wow.
Whiz bang wow. That's right. Yes, whiz bang wow. That's the new catchphrase.
Eric's catchphrase.
Oh,
Terrible.
yeah, from
Whiz bang wow.
yeah, that's right.
It's terrible.
It's fitting.
It is though.
Just like wow, and then finger guns. Right, because who doesn't like finger guns?
So we're back
Yes.
with session 10. 2.5 months worth of
Yes.
RPG. That is wild that we have managed to get everybody together for that many sessions. And it's been amazing. So I hope that you guys have been having as much fun with this as we have. I am really excited to get into this today and see what happens. So we have Eric over here as Pesky the Jawa. Me, Rexy, as Foxy the Night Sister. Denise right here is Kyla.
Wait.
Foxy.
You gotta do it.
I forgot. Kyla right, the Pantoran, and beautiful Jessica right here, our Galaxy Mistress.
I feel like we all need to get headbands.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Little ears, little Foxy.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, make us all Foxy.
oh, you need to get the ones where they wiggle. You get the little strings.
Oh my god!
And they wiggle.
When they go,
How do you do that? I'll have to Google this later.
Trish has
Yeah,
a bunny
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Like when she pushes the buttons.
Oh
Oh,
my
God.
goodness!
They're the cutest. Cutest. So, do you want to give us a recap?
Yeah.
Where we left off?
Made it to Dathomir. The village is a little worse for wear after arrival, but you all pretty smoothly, I would say, managed to get into the group, talk about the problem. You know, there's two opposing sides. Zenith thinks that everyone needs to escape. Because we have an Imperial threat literally on the horizon. And then Mother Zalem wants to stay and fight because she's probably been here for 500 years or something crazy.
Yeah.
She has tasked you all with collecting the Nardithi shard, a crystal that's supposed to give the Night Sisters the power to bring the dead back to life. And whether you choose to use that army as a shield or a sword remains to be seen. But we'll find out. So,
See what happens.
oh yeah, and Pesky got a cool hat.
He's got
That's
an amazing
a
hat.
very cool hat.
Did you look
An
at the
amazing
flying nun?
hat. I did. That's amazing. I go with that. Pesky's just got a giant hat.
I'm totally cool with
From
these,
Mother Zalen herself.
Right.
Like,
Not
I
only
was
is
saying,
it an
Mother
amazing
Zalen has a pet
artifact.
Jawa
If
now,
you
and we might
fall-
not get him back.
If you fall, let's say you get a boost die from your flying nun Night Sister.
Oh, I love it.
No, that's evil.
That's great.
No, it's
This is
good
like,
boost.
Oh, it's a boost.
yeah,
Oh,
you're
Boost
being
is
this
good.
is
The
the
boost is
best.
yeah. Boost good.
This is
Yes,
good
yes.
dice.
Yes, the
Yeah.
hat must be safe. Because not only is hat amazing hat, it is also amazing artifact.
That's true.
But hold on to
Very
the hat if you're falling.
Very,
Yeah, hold on to the hat. and
very
that'll save your
important
life.
hat.
It's like the Mary Poppins umbrella now.
Very useful.
Mario power up now.
Well, it's the
They're
Lord Father, and you
sisters,
get
so, I mean, You just wait.
He wiggles, flies away.
Oh,
Was it
Lordy.
Odyssey that the hat was the really big deal? Oh my god. I
Yes,
will get
it
so
was Mario
distracted.
Odyssey. Owen has
Oh.
played it like so much. He's got hundreds of moons.
Oh, not
And then
me.
he lost all his games to his Switch.
Oh no.
Oh, how did
Yeah,
you
that
do
was
that?
Oh, no.
He took it somewhere and then left him.
Oh no.
It was like 10 different games.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Digital downloads
Doesn't
from
matter,
here
that's
on out.
It takes up too much space.
Well,
But then you can't and
Yeah.
we learned because Matt has some on his, and you can't transfer them from like one game to like you can't just log on. You have to actually have systems and connect them,
Oh,
or
You
like
can't- okay.
completely take it off your other Switch and put it on this one, and you can't have both profiles
so
on it.
the physical game card then.
So the
It's-
physical
it's-
media. is-
That way you can play it in multiple.
yeah. Such a bummer.
Sucks.
Such a bummer.
I have a Nintendo with the Zapper gun. That's
We
about
played
high
Duck
tech as I get. Yeah.
You want to come
I-
over and play that?
I want to play that.
I had to buy a CRT TV and everything to make it work.
We found
Oh my gosh,
are
are
you
you
serious?
Yes. I got it for like $13 at a
Yeah.
thrift store.
Yeah, I'm like the person that like I'll get like right up in there.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
easy
Because I'm
way.
like, I'm a cheat.
Yeah, but it makes the gun makes like ka-chung, ka-chung,
It is
ka-chung.
amazing. Let me tell you, after
That
not
sound.
hearing that sound in like 30 years or
Right.
something, being able to just be like, you know,
Yeah. And then the stupid
trying
dog.
to shoot the dog again.
Yes.
Because you
Oh, I
do.
hate the dog so
Yeah.
much. He laughs at me a lot.
Same.
It's okay.
Trauma
okay.
inducing.
So, this episode has become
Yes.
retro video games with the sisterhood.
Yes.
We'll just
All that pesky and it's
Hope you're here for
amazing flying lady hat.
Yes.
So because we didn't tell you guys last episode, we all
XP.
did get 20 XP
Mhm.
points.
Yep.
And we are
And we have upgraded a bit.
upgraded horsepower.
Yes.
Upgraded.
Yes. I added to my skill library.
Cool.
yeah, I
let's
did
go.
too. I upped some of my checks.
It's hard to deny
added
how
stuff.
nice it is to have a fat die
Probably a good
pool.
idea.
Yeah.
I added stuff.
Oh, that
Oh, hey.
that might be
okay.
handy.
That might
Handy
be
coming
Yeah.
up.
And a discipline because I haven't had very good discipline.
Pesky's small, he's well camouflaged.
And you're
except for
already
that.
very used to sneaking around. doing
Right,
things.
right. Pesky's very good at it.
But first is the getting there part. So you are pretty accustomed to. Oh yeah, Destiny. Do the Destiny thing.
We only used one of them last time too. didn't we?
Mhm.
My
Only
dice.
We're only supposed to.
We only use one for this one.
Oh no. We only flipped over one last
Yeah.
time. That's true. That's
Back to my normal
How
side.
could you?
I'll just leave that alone then.
How could you? Is that a good?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay, okay.
Let me use yours. Yours is good. No, it's not.
No.
Oh my. I think this it's worse.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh
Wait,
no.
Okay. Well, we tried.
Don't look at the Destiny pool. It's getting dark over there. So, maybe it's getting later in the day. The sun shifts in the sky. It's getting a little bit darker. You're very used to this planet, but your companions are not, and it's like one of those places where it feels like the
hot.
shadows move.
They're constantly shifting and
Yeah.
it's a little bit spooky. If
Did
you're not
anyone ever
used to
play
it.
Nightmare Ned? Talking about retro games.
Play what?
Nightmare Ned.
No.
Well, it's definitely got like a kid spoopy vibe, like Courage the Cowardly Dog type of
Oh, okay.
horror feel. So there's just like a creepy, shadowy element as you all are passing, like kind of skirting around the edges of the forest, because where the Imperial compound is, the forest is basically gone. You just have like rocky ground and like the remains of tree stumps. But you're able to basically skirt the
Really close to the edge.
that's like a 10-point zone.
And like double negative. Double dark.
It's not happy about being thrown.
No, it's not.
Doom. But anyway, so you all are able to like use the edge of the forest to kind of make your way towards where the ruins are located, because they're a little bit closer, unfortunately, to the Imperial compound, where the Night Sisters have let you know that it is in fact guarded by what they call creature soldiers. So just for the getting there part, I'm going to say that this is not as difficult for Fox because you're used to it. I will let you all choose either resilience or discipline as you travel through this like edge of the forest. The difficulty will be average, so 2 purples, but for Fox, I'm going to say 1. You're used to this place. You used to live here. Yes, it has changed, but
I still grew up here.
Yeah, the spooky business isn't that spooky for you. In fact, it's probably more like comfort.
Right, like the shadows are moving, the remains of the forest are whispering, and
there's like a shadow spirit that's just like, hey, as you pass through.
good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome home.
I mean, the heat when the sand doesn't bother Pesky, but it's
What, you don't like shadow?
dark and scary though. Tatooine
Aw.
is very bright.
Hey, okay.
Yellow.
Ooh,
Because
Oh.
then you just up your discipline?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, or by resilience, or what was the other one that you said?
Resilience or discipline?
You were-
About-
I've been. That's the last 2 games. I love those.
Well,
Very nice.
okay, it is what
2
it is.
success and advantage.
Right.
Oh no, pesky.
Oh no.
Which one did you roll? Resilience or discipline?
They're both the same actually.
Just for flavor, pick one.
Discipline.
Okay. So it's not that this is a hard walk. I mean, you're used to the desert. You're used to traveling over sand and rock and just difficult to walk places. But the shadows are kind of freaking you out. Fox is just over there like, hey, like waving things, and you're positive that like the weird shadow emanating from like a bush over there did in fact wave back. You feel like there's like weird flashes of like red things and just you don't know what. You're spooked right now.
Pesky's on a bad trip.
So Pesky, I'm gonna say that as we like travel forward until you're able to calm yourself, you will make your checks with a setback die on it because you're legitimately spooked. This is
Pesky is spooked.
our space Indiana Jones has found his version of snakes.
It's
Not
rock
as
shadows.
much as a good.
Rock shadows. Rocks do not have shadows that move, and yet these move. Something is wrong with this planet.
And yet when you look directly at it, there's nothing there. It's one of those situations.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna be fine, buddy. Don't worry, it's fine.
We're gonna be fine. You're fine.
As like you feel like something's looming directly over you, and you can feel like the heat of like warm breath, and then when you turn and look, there's nothing there.
You're fine. You're on our side. They're there. You're not crazy.
Yes,
But
he is.
they're on our side.
Now you have a triumph. You both have succeeded on this, so you know for you this is a refreshing walk at home.
I'm gonna walk around the
For
neighborhood.
you, it's you're one of the sisters. I feel like. I mean, you've got
Dan is not stopping me.
Literally said welcome. You know, you have been accepted.
you have a triumph. What do you think would be cool?
Remember, we gotta get by those creature guards.
I become so in tuned with this that I just glide through everything. Like I'm just now I'm not much like no bushes or rest. I'm just like gliding through like
Is like wreathed in shadow, passing through the edges of this forest. Like up in front, we have Fox leading the way. Like this is great. This is so refreshing. This is what I needed. Right behind Fox, we've got Pesky. Like this is horrible. This is the opposite. And then like back behind them, we just have Kyla, who's like one with Dathomir here.
It's just like the planet has felt her intention and it's welcomed her so fully
Yeah.
that our shadows have started to encircle you, and they're spinning around you, and they're floating and they're moving.
The
With all
shadow
of the
that was
movement.
like stalking Pesky actually recedes behind Kyla when Pesky turns to look.
Pesky's like, all right, well, no one's trying to eat me. I guess we can be friends, right? Friends, yeah,
I feel like
okay.
it's not that you hear
Alright.
growling, but it's the actual sound of like a stomach rumble that you feel like you hear from deep within the forest.
Jealous taste bad. We're stringy and smell funny.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, you will easily make your way, maybe not so much for Pesky, but pretty easily make your way towards where the ruins are located. They are actually like kind of over the side of a bluff, a bit deeper down into the earth than like this level of the forest. And you have an opportunity to spot things from up here before you like enter it. So if you all would like to give me perception checks to sort of scope things out, you may. The difficulty will be 1 purple. And Pesky, don't forget you got to set back die because of you're afraid.
Paranoia of
My
weird
goggles
shadows.
don't help me at all on this, do they?
Do they have any like night vision?
It's not
Yeah.
it's not really dark yet.
Okay.
So
Not dark enough for them to have.
yeah, it's like I'm thinking that we're pretty close to like
Drop the
close to sunset, but we're not there yet.
Any purple?
No, we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
One purple, I think.
You just put okay.
One purple?
I think
I'm
it's
seeing
one.
things, remember?
Pesky has a setback from the fear thing earlier.
Pesky's-
Oh, you succeed. You have
Okay.
2 advantage. Pesky, you succeed a lot. You have a lot of success and 1 advantage.
Yeah.
Fox, oh no. Okay, so that's the little down arrow. That cancels out the star. So those 2 dice cancel each other out. You have 2 advantage.
So do I have 3 advantage and a success?
Yeah.
This planet's loving me.
Yeah. Welcome, sister.
Yeah.
It is a universal tree, so technically you can take it and it'd be in career for you. So, but yeah, you all are checking out the ruins. Fox, you do have advantage, so you can see some of the very clear like imperial barricades that have been set up. There's like fencing and things like that. That sort of lead up to essentially like cliff face, because these ruins are sort of set into like essentially earth. It's not like a mountain or anything like that, but the walls of this disappear into earth.
Okay.
They look very like smooth and like rock. You had advantage on that. You had a ton of success and advantage. So when you all look at this, Kyla or Fox, I don't know why I just looked at you. My brain fixates on things. So Fox, you're sort of focused on like the very like there's imperial barricades there. Like you're distracted by that. For our folks who have advantage, you look at the ruins and you realize like those are like really smooth, like doesn't seem like rock, but does look ancient. And then also, like, you don't see guards outside, but with the advantage that you had, you see a shadow pass. Like, from this vantage point, you have an okay view into this massive opening, and, like, deep, as far as you can see in the opening of this ruin, you see, like, a weird movement of shadow, like, very much reminiscent of what you saw back on Ryloth. What do you all do?
So I see the barracks, but I don't see any officers.
Yeah, there's
no guards, no
guards.
officers, just the buildings, just the barracks.
And we just saw the shadow that moved.
And I did not see the shadow because I'm like
Or obviously, there's something down there.
Did you see what it was?
Just quick movement in the shadows.
You think we're right? You think it's the?
You think the silhouette's the same shape.
I am
It's the same
fairly
thing?
confident
Yeah,
it is
okay.
the same.
Okay.
So
Did
scary
we bring
monster.
Any vials with us, like just in case? Do you have any in your bag?
Java has everything, Java.
Problem.
Just in case.
We have it.
It does seem like something you
packed. Yeah.
Java's bag of holding, basically.
Okay. So
Uh,
what's the like? Are we over a cliff looking down?
Yeah.
Is there a way to scale the cliff, or is it like cliff?
It's up to you. If you like walk to either side, it'll be easier
I'd
to
say
like
it'd definitely
go down
be easier to
into
go
it.
around the side because if we scale it and climb down, it's going to see us.
Oh no, I just meant I was
Oh.
wondering, like, is it a cliff, or is there slopes anywhere, or is there
Yeah. So
a
like basically
mountain path or anything at all?
Yeah, like if I do kind of describe the shape of what you're on, it'd be like, so like y'all are up here on a cliff, it sort of slopes down like this,
Okay.
and then like the ruins are kind of over here.
Okay.
But if you like travel in either direction, this cliff that you're on sort of like shallows down,
Okay.
and leads down into.
And it would probably be better
area.
to kind of come around from the back anyway, instead of just walking right up through the front door. So let's
probably
head
a
down
bad idea.
around the sides,
so
or
could,
one side or the other.
could we send maybe the droid towards the front as a distraction? Would that be a good idea?
Well, we don't want to distract anything. We don't want to let them know we're
No,
here.
I would say if we send a droid in, they're going to be looking around.
Yeah,
That's
we'd be
true.
like, who's got this droid?
That's true.
Yeah, we want to hopefully get in unnoticed, and then back out
Uneaten.
relatively unnoticed.
Uneaten would be great. Okay.
Yeah, uneaten is good.
If you all would like, as you like move down and around to where you can get like a better view of the opening of the ruins, why don't you all give me a knowledge? I would say probably knowledge lore would be the best thing, but you could use knowledge education. It just probably will be a little more difficult. Just let me know what you choose.
Both of mine are 2 greens.
Okay.
So knowledge. So you said lore or education?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the same on both. So you said lore is better.
Yeah, I feel like I guess a case could maybe be made for like Core World,
I would
but
say core worlds, I have 2 yellows, and I know that I've
Still just 2
studied.
green.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. The difficulty will be a little bit harder because this place is old, so like the difficulty is easier for someone who's more like trained in that sort of specific area of knowledge. But if you would like to use that, you can. I just wanted you to know what that shift is going to be like.
Do I still have
So you mean the difficulty would be
setback die?
Yeah, you're still
You're
feared.
So my lore thing is yellow, green, green, and a black. So do I have this black plus the second black?
So that black on your talents removes setback.
Oh, hey!
So for
Oh.
any checks you're making on your knowledge, it'll remove the setback.
Oh.
Just keep in mind you do still have it for
other things.
Everything.
yeah.
Okay.
I want to use my core world. Does that mean I'm doing an extra purple for difficulty?
Is
Yeah.
it just one?
Okay.
So for difficulty on this, lore is going to be average. That's 2, and if you're doing either education or core world, it's going to be 3 purple dice.
Got
It's up to you what you would like to.
all
Okay. Little lore.
Nice. You should just move here. I mean, like this. It's
We gotta
insane.
like have some sort of honorary initiation.
Oh no, I didn't see that in the purple. I was so excited for you when you ruined it for me.
They all like cancel.
They totally do. Okay, yeah, so pesky, like this cancels both of those, so you have one success.
Oh
2
my
advantage.
What?
Did you roll it or
Oh
throw it?
no.
I think I'm just really upset by the fact
Oh,
that my
no.
planet is being devastated right
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
I'm just
Yeah.
having gone.
You were focused on the plan to get in. You were at first I was like, you totally got this, and then you also are focused on the plan to get in. Pesky, you study so much. You study lots of things. You are space Indiana Jones, and while you probably should be thinking about the plan, you're like, walking along, checking out the walls of this ancient ruin, and you're like, that is an ancient colony ship if I ever saw one. You know that this thing is so old, it would have been from like the era of expansion, when people were first leaving like the core worlds to explore like the Outer Rim and beyond.
Okay.
So this thing, super old. You are also aware that these things are also usually incredibly large, for the amount of people that they would haul. I mean, it would be like, in your reading, you would have seen terms like Sky City, massive ships to just move thousands and thousands of people.
Right. So now it's
outward.
been mostly buried after it got landed or wrecked, whatever.
Yeah, the sort of like hill-like kind of area that you see, you realize this must be like a top spire or something, but this must be like just a massive cavern deep beneath the surface that's just been buried over time. So yeah, they're like focused on the plan, and you're like, ooh,
Oh, shiny.
He's like trying to figure out how to stuff it all in his bag.
It's not gonna fly.
that would take a lot of work and a lot of digging.
Very, very
In like, just to give you some scale, depending on how this thing is oriented, the entire village back like miles where you came from could technically be sitting over the top of this thing. Like,
oh, that's cool.
it's enormous.
I mean, it's like the size of like New York.
Pretty much like a big old island flying in. It's up to you if you share that with your allies, or if you want to be like, we're gonna just head into a massive death maze. You're technically still afraid, so I will let you decide what Pesky thinks.
That's true. No, I think Pesky would want to, show off how smart he is.
It makes sense.
And it's like, hey guys, this isn't a big rock. This is a really, really, really old, really, 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 really big spaceship. So
I think I've heard of those.
yeah, these
like
are,
the big sky cities, right?
yeah,
Like,
this is Sky City.
so from
Well-
way back when
On the plus side, that right, this is ancient. This is millennia and millennia old, which is like so much dirt on it. But the plus side, that means it'll have levels on the inside. It may even have stairs. It'll have rooms.
But
On
that
the
also
downside-
means they have places they can hide and set up traps.
mhm.
Shh. That's
Unless they haven't figured out how to get in.
or if they just think it's a cavern,
Or if they also just think it's big rocks.
and it's just a really weird temple, but we know it's a spaceship.
There's some cookies.
Oh, I
There's two last night.
yes, there
Oh, I thought we ate them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I beg of you.
That actually could be really helpful to know, because we can help the just by like basic general knowledge of how the ships tend to be laid
If
out.
there is a ship, there should then be medical bays that we can then use
Right.
to synthesize more.
It's
gonna be really ancient,
really
though.
old though.
Yeah,
But it's still tools. It's still technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
Pesky
know.
does have
That
that.
could be really helpful information, though.
Yeah. Pesky does have a power core from that down Imperial Probe droid.
That's
We
true.
need a little bit of power juice. I mean,
Yeah.
got a few kilobytes.
Might be good.
I mean, just to keep that idea in our back pocket, it could be a really useful distraction if we need one coming up. Yeah, so let's remember that.
All right. So y'all had a plan. Talk me through it. What are you doing? Are you walking straight in? Are you going to inspect? Are you going to distract?
Well, the main obvious entrance has a monster, so maybe that's a no.
Yeah, and it's silly, I think, to just walk through the front door.
We don't want to send in distraction because that'll alarm them that something's
We're
there.
trying to get as close and get as much info as we
So
can.
since we know it's a derelict wreck, that means it's going to have another hatch or hole or opening somewhere. So we should probably look around in the area. Since this is the tallest point that's exposed, it's probably the most
Let's
eroded
use Tinny.
point.
Let's have Tinny just kind of
Look at
quietly do a
that's right.
scan
Right.
for
Yeah.
another opening that we can
Right.
Yes.
Either a hatch or an opening
Yep,
or something.
keep her
thin
kind of covered
we can-
up, that way her lights don't
Right. Right.
raise
Or
suspicion. But
just a thin spot we can cut through.
yeah,
There you go.
Why don't you have Tinny do an average computers check to run the scan? I think
Yes,
is
robot
2
scan.
green
I was
or
gonna
2
say
yellows and a
robot
green,
scan.
Tinny should
Cut
have
open
super
space.
pretty good skills.
and we're doing. You said
2 purples. All right. I have to stand up, make sure I see over the wall this time, so I don't have that disappointment.
Oh.
no. I think
It's
we're
good. It's good.
It's good.
So the threat cancels on the advantage, but we have 2 success and 1 advantage left over. So a very successful roll for Tinny.
Good job, Penny.
You kind of like set Tinny down so it has like a better ability to sort of scan the earth and looks around, and then like sort of begins rolling in a direction. Probably bumps a little bit on the like fabrics that you all wrapped around it, but eventually Tinny just like sticks an arm out of one of the little holes in its body and like points, and then like sticks out another arm and does this. They're like, pick me up because I'm getting tangled.
It's terrible.
Puppies. Yeah.
okay, you know what we could maybe do to Tinny's gonna maybe arouse some suspicion with all this bumping and clattering and being mad about her rap. So maybe she could kind of guide us if you pick her back up and carry her and let her kind of stick her arm out and point.
Yeah, that's probably definitely be better.
Figure like front baby Bjorn now.
It's just a game of hot or colder.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's just it's like little divining rods, and like she like puts one more forward or something, depending on where to go, right?
Yeah.
But does eventually lead you to kind of like around the backside of the hill structure. There's sort of an alcove that looks out towards like one of the really like grand cliffs. You can see like one of the oceans out over this cliff. So it would be an awesome view, but you're staring into darkness when you look into this opening. There's a little bit of like, you know, that when you're outside a deep cave and there's just that weird like stillness. Feels a little spooky.
It's almost like, do you guys know what I mean when I say the call of the void?
Yeah.
It feels a bit like that. It's a
And-
bit like when you stare into really deep, dark ocean water. It's kind of that same feeling.
Pulling you
Yep.
in. It even has, when you're looking, it's like that super zoom effect,
Yeah.
where suddenly it feels like it's longer and deeper than it probably really is, knowing what you all know, that this is like a ship's fire. You don't hear anything or see any movement though, so you think this back entrance might be safe.
Okay.
What do you all do?
Do we want to?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Lumi first.
It is
We
pitch black in here, but Lumi, I believe, does have
Lumi's
like
got
night
Okay,
vision.
I got my goggles that I'm gonna throw on.
Yeah,
too
you have
as
night
well.
vision and Lumi, and I can see through Lumi's eyes.
What about
And
Pesky?
Jawa
Pesky
is
has a
very
glow
used
rod.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pesky has a glow rod, but
Okay.
maybe
But the
not.
glow rod might draw too much attention.
Right,
at this
right.
point.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
all
I see reasonably well.
He does see really low in the dark. You
But
can
I can
also
just-
just stay real close
I
to
can-
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do that.
Just to
Let's
play
go.
devil's advocate, to play to Pesky's strengths, you've studied ancient things as Space Indiana Jones, so it could be helpful. It could possibly be helpful to Pesky to be able to see things, especially because it's been here so long. And Fox, you would actually know this too. this is a place where the Night Sisters would probably visit, especially if they were performing like a growth journey of some kind.
I don't think we would have gone into the ship though, right? Like,
Well, the Nardithi Shard is sort of a like well-known thing amongst the Night Sisters. But it's deep in there. Generally, the elders would go, but it's supposed to be a very powerful artifact. You've heard it's massive, but she's asking just for a piece of it. So it is.
we probably do want him to see, but let's maybe get in first.
Well, and
I'm
your
thinking
concern
extra
would be
danger.
actual traps set by the Night Sisters to stop intruders.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you would know that.
Okay. That makes sense because I
Do
would
we
have helped
want
set.
him to wear
traps.
the night goggle glasses and lead us, since he might have more knowledge?
Right. Or I just use the flashlight and hope the monsters see us.
Or we could also send Lumi in first, like small, low. I can see through her eyes. She can scout for traps and she can sense them because she's force sensitive.
Oh yeah.
So let's
That's
send
true.
Lumi in first just to scout for like immediate traps. And then we will go in once she has given us the all clear.
Okay. So sending Lumi in, I would say either maybe survival or perception. And then we'll probably also do stealth, I think, with this, just to make sure she's being sneaky.
Okay.
That being said, I guess I'm curious, like, are you going to describe the things you see through her to your allies? So, because because Pesky succeeded on that check, my thought is that Pesky would kind of know and understand what the, like, layout and things are of this ship. So we're playing off your check from earlier.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like an ongoing, like, I mean, obviously no one's been on one of these things for like a millennia, but
It'd be like the.
He would know what
like
they want.
thematic, yeah.
It'd
So
be
that
like
would maybe
the,
be helpful too. If I can describe what Lumi's seeing, he can maybe be like, oh, that's probably this.
Yeah.
That room. You know.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
going to the Colosseum and then walking around the Colosseum. It's still there. The basic layout's still there. It's just really old and crusty. But it's still
But
there.
it is definitely a gift to like be the person that can visualize what it looked like
Right.
in its
What
prime.
it used to be. Yeah. It's like, I
I'm
know
just
it's a
over here
ship.
like that is broken.
Right.
I don't
right.
know for Lumi. I can't find like
she's-
her dice and stuff. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Well, good. So starting off either perception or survival for like getting around, and then we'll also do stealth as she like travels forward.
It's 2 yellows and a green. Okay, and what's the
The difficulty will be average, so 2 purples.
my survivals and greens?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm rolling this for perception.
All right. We've been looking around stuff.
Little Lumi. She just hopped off my shoulder and she hopped in.
Wait! I want to walk up to Lumi.
Okay.
I just want to give her a nice little
Here.
pet behind the ear. You got this. You are our guiding light through this ship. Being one with the planet.
Be a nice kitty. Good kitty.
Good kitty.
Yeah.
And then inspire her to make sure to communicate with your person. Strong connection.
I don't want to die now.
Now, where's your cavalry needle?
Right?
Drag her little
Hiding. I
tushy.
could hear one earlier.
I think scratch your little tushy.
The butt raises
Yeah.
up.
You
Yeah.
got this, Lumi.
All right. So she,
And you try to go
like
for the
hops.
soft head, but then
Does she
she,
get
walks forward, so you're still petting the butt.
Yep.
But it's die.
Yeah.
I'm
ready to go.
Okay.
All right. So now with the little, she jumps off my shoulder and hops in through the little opening. I got stuck in my hands.
Oh, we have a
Good
triumph.
job.
Really good. So threats are canceled by advantages. So we have 1 success, 1 triumph, and 2 advantages. Holy cow, super good.
Good job,
We might hold on to what the good stuff means. I'll describe what you see, but also let's make the stealth check really quick because you might want to take advantage of the advantages and the triumphs for what you see.
Can I pick these up then? You know,
Yes. We have 2 advantage and a triumph. Okay. You did succeed, but those are like the extra.
Okay.
So
Now
for
stealth.
yeah, so for Lumi's stealth, let me go.
Does
for
her inspiration boost still stay on since it's the same?
I will say yes because this is a simultaneous
All
type of
happening at the same time.
yeah. Ooh. Wow, very lucky. So it is 1 purple.
Oh,
But for the sake of getting y'all some destiny points, I'm going to upgrade it to a red.
Ooh, okay.
We got this.
You got this, Lumi.
I believe in
Tiny
you.
and sneaky. She got this.
Don't roll a despair. Okay. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Oh, I know.
You're gonna remind the day.
He's like the worst.
Come on,
He's like he'll just sit there and whisper it.
Lumi.
Oh, good. Holy cow, look at that. She is the knight. If you weren't seeing through Lumi's eyes, you would think that disappeared, like legitimately. Yeah. Spooky, quiet, stealthing in down the hall.
Lumi has become smoke.
She's no longer like this like cute little orange. She's just like black cat. Light green eyes. And sort of padding around the hallways, inspecting the halls. There are several things collapsed up here because this is all under the hill portion.
So the weight would have.
Mhm.
Yep.
But there is one opening that she sees that you are aware is like that is the way down.
Okay.
But on the far side of that, and they did not notice her, you see humanoid-like creatures of just, they're very fleshy. They have like spikes coming up out of different parts of their body, growling and like sniffing the air. They don't appear to have noticed her at all. They're not between where you all are and this down area though. They're like closer to the original front entrance that you all saw. What would be cool for the triumph and the 2 advantages?
First, I'm gonna let them know. Hey, Lumi just spotted something. Where there's something in there. There's 2 somethings in there.
Are like your eyes like
yeah? I
warmed
think
out?
whenever we have that bond, like both of our eyes just kind of green, and I picture like the very swirly green magic, the way it looks, but in our eyes. So she just saw 2 more creatures down there. I'm pretty sure they're probably the same ones that we encountered on Ryloft. She also has seen the opening for how to get down, and it does look like if we're really careful, we can probably get there without having to fight these 2 creatures.
Probably ideal.
I don't know if we're going to be able to be unnoticed by them.
Well, you do have the 2 advantage and the triumph from that perception check. So what might be cool for Lumi to notice that would be helpful?
Door that we can
Or a
close.
like a air vent or something that we could.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Some way to like
some kind of little tunnel, another little passageway or something that we can just sort of not even mess with those creatures. And then
But
we
at
can
this
get
point,
down.
we still don't know if they can be killed.
We don't. Yeah.
So,
We don't want to fight them if we don't have to.
if we
We're
can
really-
find a little tunnel, it'd be nice to just avoid them.
That's fair.
We just saw them rip apart.
Oh,
apart.
we did.
Well, you guys did it.
I did, yeah. I saw the aftermath of you seeing that, though.
So hyper successful stealth check. So Lumi will very easily be able to like get back to you all. I will say because it was such a successful check, while there were some spots that you recognized as being like, oh, that's a Night Sister trap, you are incredibly confident that you'll be able to describe what they look like to your allies who may have never seen Night Sister magic traps,
Okay.
to keep them from like don't touch the spliff on the wall because you'll
Don't-
probably
Yeah.
Right.
You'll incinerate immediately. Yeah.
Don't step on the wrong rock, or darts will come out of the walls.
Yeah. So you feel extremely confident in your ability to describe
I've
this
seen
to
them. I
them.
can point them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can get through alive.
So all that's left is for you all to move stealthily towards
Let's do
your like entry point.
Okay.
So given the distance from these things, I'm going to say that it's just one purple, easy. If you all wanted, we could call this a group stealth check, and whoever has the best
Oh.
stealth.
I have 2 greens.
I have a yellow and green.
Okay. What about Pesky?
I have 2 greens.
Okay.
I am
you.
so glad I upgraded that right up for this game.
Do you want to use Lumi's stealth?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wound Bird is crazy good.
So why don't you roll with Lumi's skill?
Okay.
Let me go back to her.
That was 3 yellows and a
I
green.
think so. Yeah. 3 yellows and a green.
Sweet. Yeah. So she has the best, but Tyler, you because you acted like you're taking point on this. You're in charge. You are going to move with the stealth of Lumi.
Okay.
And the difficulty will be 1 purple.
Okay.
I'll say don't make Pesky roll because Pesky has set back.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was dropping the dice.
Yeah,
He is-
Pesky is.
That's
All right.
The cat's dice now.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this way I'm
Okay.
just playing with the dice.
That's fine.
Ooh, hey.
Oh.
Nice. All right, so our 2 advantages cancel here, but we have 1, 2, 3 success.
Sweet.
So not as silent as Lumi, but you are a larger group.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit harder
We're
to.
not.
Yeah, not cats. I feel like from Pesky, there's probably a bit of the shaky breath because you're like going into the shadows now.
You ruined everything.
It's me.
Even
I
a
am
little freaked out.
completely
Yeah.
blind.
Even though it's like pitch black in here, you still feel like there's things that are like, hey, waving at you, but then like when you look in the in this direction, it feels still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's very dark in here. I
I think
can't
the
see
darkness is
anything.
gaslighting you. That's what I kind of felt.
Probably. Yeah.
They figured out he's fun to play with.
Cut that out, evil, dark, spooky thing.
But we're whispering that because we don't want the thing
We
to
don't want
notice
to
that.
notice.
Yeah,
so-
Pesky's very interested in not dying.
So you lead the group to the tunnel that Fox described that
Okay.
Mimi saw.
Mhm.
It's pretty tight, but you all are able to squeeze in. It does exit.
You guys.
It does exit on the like pretty much immediately where this drop is, and you realize like this is an ancient turbo lift. And the platform is not here. And you're pretty sure that there's no power because of how dark it is, so like hitting the button is not going to call it. And on top of that, technically the button's on the other side because where the creatures are is like the front of this turbo lift. You could attempt to reach it and test it, but
It's very, very old.
Yeah.
we've got the
Yeah.
description. What
Yeah.
are you all doing with the challenge?
I have rope. We could climb down on the rope.
I have the force, and I could just move us down.
It's technically different force power. We can do learning as you go if you would like.
Okay.
So give me a discipline check.
I don't know if I want to learn how to
I don't
float
know. Yeah, I kind of like this
down a turbo. I have
idea.
I have perfectly good rope.
All right. So
What if wait a minute? What if instead of levitating us all the way down, what if I use my Night Sister magic just to strengthen the knots on the rope that he ties for us to get down?
That's
That much.
cats. I'm so
You
sorry.
can't- that's-
You're late. We needed you like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Doing that. I think that probably makes more sense than me learning how to levitate people. But strengthening the knots.
You are in your
on the
home
rope.
world, so
Let's see here. I have
your
climbing
power's
gear.
stronger here.
I have wires and clips which allow for climbing and rappelling.
Hey, repelling.
There we go.
Let's see here.
And if
I've
anybody
got-
falls, I can probably
Yeah.
use my magic to catch us.
Just
Yeah.
slow 'em
Yeah.
I
down.
feel better about that than learning how to levitate all of us right
Hey.
now.
I think you can do it. I totally believe in you.
let's see
But
here.
just in
I've
case.
got
They need to
I
be
don't
willing.
want to die today.
I also have a spool of wire. And
You have to which is fine. That's what we need.
Pesky it clearly has the stuff to like rig up
Right.
a climbing
Right.
thing. Don't worry about it. I can find it later.
it's the cat stuff.
It's the cats now. But Pesky, yeah, you rig up a contraption that you feel like is pretty good. Just to see like the full quality of it, why don't you give me a mechanics check? Difficulty will be 1 purple. You do have that 1 setback still. But pretty much you're gonna rig up a way for you guys to just zick on down. 'Cause this is gonna be
So what can I do? Because I do think I can use my night sister magic at least to strengthen those bonds. I know I can add strands of my magic into the strands of the rope to make them stronger.
if you want to
You got this, dude. This is your
Oh,
your skill set. Like
Right.
I don't. There's
Right.
no need to worry about this.
All right. Who's
We
that?
have used.
yeah.
We have had all faith in you. You fucking welded shit in space. Like I'm telling you,
You got this, bro.
This is simple, dude. You got
And
this.
he is literally no pressure. If anybody falls, I'll catch you.
You hear that, Dice?
Oh my god, no, it's actually really, really good.
Oh yeah, they
Oh.
listened.
So,
Yeah.
so your advantage does get canceled. Be a 1, 2, 3, 4 success.
Oh.
Brings up a heck of a contraption. I will say, like, legitimately, because you had all the wire and everything, like almost a basket thing that you all can like just sit in
Nice.
and just have it like power you all down.
It's
It's not as comfy as having a full turbo lift platform where you can like
I mean,
spread out a little bit.
yeah.
You're gonna have to be pretty close,
but it's safe.
but it is safe. It is safe.
Yeah. This thing is like in ancientness the equivalent of like the Khufu pyramids in Egypt. So it's like, you know, we'll take what we can get. You know,
Good job.
yeah.
So it feels like you're like just going down forever, and like you know, you feel like you have time. Like I could read a book. I could eat a whole sandwich and take my time and like enjoy every flavor of it. As I descend down through the darkness. There are changes though. You do feel it like it's getting stuffier, kind of.
There's a little more stale, probably.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And,
beer.
and I would say, like, you
Probably colder too.
yes, and you know that there are some things that live down here. But for you to like there's a bit of a smell of rot that maybe you didn't expect. But for you knowing that there's still organic matter down here, you kind of did expect it.
What kinds of things do I know live down here?
There are small creatures that do enjoy attacking from stealth. They're not cute like Lumi. They're
Okay.
yeah. You also know that there are some like the remains of sisters here that failed their trials.
Okay.
You don't expect them to maybe mess with the minds of your allies so much because like you are on a mission that should be like
We're sanctioned.
yeah. It's positive for the Night Sisters and for the planet. So you feel like the spirits are probably not going to be mean, hopefully. But they still don't like outsiders.
So maybe
One with the spirit.
She about one of us. Yeah.
right. So you're saying it's maybe a smidge haunted
Yeah, just a little bit.
and whatever.
I'm gonna say I'm
Kind of
glad I
died.
found this face covering. We don't get these kind of smells in the snow.
Right as you're like thinking about this, you're like, I wonder if that's gonna be a thing. Pesky, you feel something soft graze your face, almost like the hand of a night sister, maybe. You don't see anything, of course, directly in front of you, but I actually do need you to give me I think it's a hard discipline check.
Hard.
Damn.
Yeah, so three purples.
Dang. Best get
Oh.
scared.
Plus the black.
Yes, plus the
Pesky.
because you were afraid
Oh,
before.
no. I've only got 2 greens for discipline.
We have some points if you
Yes,
want.
give
yeah,
them a
That's here's a point. Yeah. So that's a trade of green for yellow.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll say boost die for the hat.
Boost it. Oh,
We got the hat because
the hat.
it's
The
nice
hat.
sister origin.
That's true. The hat.
So the Night Sisters there are at least going to know that
Right.
you also have been sanctioned.
Then I'm okay because I
Yeah.
got the hat. Right. I've been
but you're
blessed
still a Jawa in there.
in a hat.
In
right.
there, basically.
But I have a hat. I'm a cool Jawa.
Well, the shadows are having way too much fun with you.
They
That
are. You're
too.
a good target.
That's
They
true.
like to play with you.
Give me good things. Ooh, I think that's all good
Oh,
things.
it's looking pretty good.
I do see
You
a
got some good
failure.
stuff.
Oh
But-
no!
Oh, no.
It like went downhill as I saw more of it.
Oh, no. But that's a good thing.
It is.
But you got a lot of bad things.
So
Oh.
all your threat is canceled by all your advantage. However, you have 1 success and 3 failures,
Oh, no.
which brings it to 2 failures.
Oh,
So
no.
this
But I have the hat.
the
Look
hand
at his pants.
you were incredibly afraid. The feeling of the hand lingers, and suddenly, you can see, but like it's a vision of what the turbo lift was like when
It's
the
actually
Sky
pretty cool.
City was crashing. You see, like it's very stuffed in here. You're surrounded by people who probably are not going to survive. Very afraid. They're murmuring like, "Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it?" And you can tell, like in this vision, the turbo lift is rising. They're trying to get up and out, and suddenly it flashes and there's like a sound of screaming, but you don't see what happens to them. They're just suddenly gone. It's almost like a Star Wars transition. The vision changes and you see a couple of Night Sisters. They have like green fire coming from their hands, clinging to like whatever they can on the wall of the turbo lift. One leans down and, "Do you think we're almost there?" And the other one says, "I'm not sure how much farther I can go." They continue climbing downward a bit. And one says, "I don't think I'm going to make it." The one that has the fire is like looking down, and you can tell trying to decide between snuffing out the light or reaching for her sister. And you hear like a slipping of fingers from the wall. And suddenly the light goes out as you hear someone cry, "Sister," and like that motion of someone reaching down. And then you come back to yourself in the darkness, and that feeling of a hand touching your face is gone. But you feel definitely like this place is a death trap, and you really don't want to be here right now.
Okay. So
You okay over there?
I'm busy
Christy?
freaking the fuck out. Like, so this place is haunted. In case we didn't already know this.
We know.
The
planet's haunted.
It is a planet full of magic.
Planet full of ghosts and magic. I just saw some stuff that was just kind of cool because everything was shiny and new, but also death. Lots of death. This is a hole of death that we're just
So
casually
that means you shouldn't fuck up.
that
What did you see, Pesky? What
so,
happened?
Words.
Yes, important. Words are important. Usually it's just dark, but I had somebody touch my face. Rude, first of all. Second,
Did not ask permission.
did not ask. Right. Second, I saw a flashback to when the ship was not a wreck, and it was crashing, and all these people were trying to escape, and then a big boom, and I suspect lots of death. And then another flash, a couple of Night Sisters are trying to climb down, and they foolishly did not bring any climbing equipment. And I think they died too. One of them slipped, and the other tried to catch the other, and then that was the end of the vision. But that must have been the hand. They're still in here. They're all still in here, and we come in here for a shiny rock.
You know when you like it?
This needs a whole
shiny
team.
rock.
Yeah.
We need a whole team of archaeologists. We need climbing gear.
We don't need a whole team. We have you.
We need shotguns.
You are a
We
great.
need
I remember we found
Archaeologist.
snakes.
right.
So
Right.
you have
Goats.
space in here,
This is ghosts. I don't deal with ghosts. I deal with the dead people's stuff.
Yeah.
Not
You're supposed to be dead and
spirits.
stay
They're
dead.
supposed to stay dead.
So that sound when you get to like the end of a wire spool, like you start hearing that, and then suddenly it sort of comes to a stop. But there's like a minor bounce as your weight and the wire sort of like tense, and then it comes back, it rests. Your feet are actually sort of scraping the floor just lightly, so it's not like you hit and like hurt your legs or anything like that. You're just right where you need to be.
Let's hop off.
It's really dark down here. Through Lumi's eyes and with your scanner goggles, and I don't know if Pesky's going to take out.
We're probably far enough away from the entrance. That's probably where all those monsters were hanging out. I think
Could probably pull out the glow rod. Right.
Safe for the glow rod. And now that I got the glow rod and I can actually get a good look at things, I'm like, okay, I don't see any ghosts. I can see a structure.
I will tell you what you do see.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Activate the glow rod. Pesky, you're shorter, you're closer to the ground than anyone else. And as soon as you turn on that light, I'm going to need you to make essentially a fear check. We're going to do a discipline check again. Oh, no. I'm actually going to use one of my points that are graded.
All right, a fear check?
Yeah, the reason why is as soon as you activate your glow rod, you see...
You said discipline.
Yes, yeah. So you see two skeletons. And one is clearly took some heavy bludgeoning damage, probably from a fall. The other one looks like they died here cradling the other skeleton.
Oh.
So you're sort of just like instantly mortified because you feel like you just saw these people.
Right, like, okay. Okay, so I got 2 grains, one black that's still following me around.
Yes.
What's the difficulty?
So the difficulty, because this is not a spirit actually trying to mess with you right now, this is just the shock of, like
turn on the flashlight.
Yeah.
There's
so I'm going to say that it's easy, but I have flipped a point, so that purple's going to turn into a red. So we're just seeing if you overcome this, if you succeed, we'll say that you no longer have the setback because you're shocked, but you're able to steady yourself.
Right. It's like, all right, I've seen the ghost now. The ghosts were chill, except the whole dead part. We'll see. All right, we'll see how Pesky reacts. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay. And then I can't quite see this. Oh, geez. Okay, so...
Oh, wait. No, that's good, right?
Well, they are good. So you have 2 advantages, but no success.
Yeah.
So technically, you don't succeed, but you're feeling a little bit more confident. Like, you're still afraid, but you're like, I can move forward.
Right.
I'm not
immediately want to remember.
paralyzed in fear.
This is what happens when you don't have climbing gear. And you go playing Indiana Jones, and you don't carry Indiana Jones stuff. See? Hat, bag, gun, gear. There we go.
Not dead.
Not dead. There we go.
No shadows.
Right. All right. Ghosts. Come on. I got a flashlight. Or glow rod.
Nothing approaches you.
All right. Ghosts were cool, right? All right. I'm just here to steal a little piece of a rock and maybe some schematics.
There's just like the sound of like faint kind of wind movement through the tunnels out in front of you in reply, but otherwise nothing else happens. For Pesky, it probably feels like a sign. For the both of you, you're probably just like, what up, man?
Turn the light on. We're good.
Okay.
Let's go.
Bones, dead night sisters. All right, that's part of the smell.
All right. So there is, a maze of tunnels. Your sisters have talked to you about the Nardithi cluster before. You know where this shard is supposed to be located.
I'm betting I probably haven't been down here before, though, right?
Yeah, because usually it's like
I haven't gone through my trials. I've been gone for like almost a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not 100% sure, but you know it's down here somewhere. You're close, and even like through the force, you can actually feel it.
Okay.
What do you all do?
I'd like to reach out more with that because if I can feel that through the force, that means I can zone into that a little bit more and be able to guide us the direction we need to go.
Give me a discipline check, and roll your force die with it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could make an educated guess based on the shape of the structure and roughly where it is. If you can tell me if it was in like an inner chamber or something, you know, you can kind of figure it out.
3.
Or maybe cut through some walls with the robot.
3 greens plus which one is my? Do I roll all 3?
All 3 of your force die.
Those are the white ones, right?
Yes, and then the difficulty is going to be average, so that's 2 purples. And just for funsies, because there are like ghost spirits down here, I'm going to flip my last point to turn one of the purples into a red.
Okay.
So we'll see if any of the spirits mess with you. So swap that out and then make the roll.
Remember all your training and your meditation to zone into that shard. You are on your home
We're so
planet.
close.
You're
I
on your
can
home
kinda
planet.
feel it. I know
You are
we're
here.
close.
You're back to your birthplace. This is where you belong. This is your rite of passage.
This is my home.
I can feel it.
Your
I'm
rite
right
of passage. You got this.
I'm leaving you.
There's so many dice in my hands.
You gotta switch one of the purple out for a red. Oh, yeah, that's what my upgrade was for.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're both blank, so it doesn't matter which you take out.
Well, that's
It
convenient.
was a blank. You're fine.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. No, it's fine. So those
Yeah.
cancel here. But you have 2 success, 1 advantage, and technically with the light side points, so baseline you can use those without expending destiny points or any strain or anything like that. If you want to pull on all the dark side, can totally do that. Just know that as a player, it means flipping a point and taking strain and technically conflict equal to the amount of dark side you use. That being said, baseline, you've succeeded on the check without even using your force die, and you have 2 light side points, so those can be either success or advantage anyway. And it is up to you which they turn into. But like you, I don't know, tell us what it's like when you focus in on this cluster of crystals, what it looks like in your mind's eye as you focus on it.
Say, like, I got, just trying to like gather my senses, like pulling myself into myself, if I can make that sense, like pull my consciousness all the way into myself so that I'm just focusing completely inside on the force within me, just blocking everything out here. And I start to feel like a pull almost in my head, like somebody had like a string and they could tug a little bit. And then it's almost like, you guys have ever closed your eyes like real tight and you see those flashy?
Yeah.
Okay, so it starts to be like that, but then as they come more, they start to turn green and they start to swirl like my magic. And then it's like almost a honing in, like the concentrated power from these crystals are almost like a beacon. So once I'm really tuned in here and I can feel the energy from it, it's almost a pull because it is so bright.
All right. So when you open your eyes and you have that magic glow, you know exactly where to go. You can see that thread of magic linking you to the crystal.
Like if you've ever played Fable.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to picture, like the thread, like
Or any game that has the quest line.
Yeah,
Like in
quest line.
Skyrim, it has
Quest
the
line.
light.
If it's like a green swirly
So
quest line.
you all can't see that. So as far as you know, Fox is just like very confident being like, let's follow.
Being led to our doom.
She leads you. Oh no. It needs to be wider.
Yes.
I wonder if you button a button to the opposite button, if it would be. I should not be aiding in the.
It's funny.
Oh no! See, I get distracted. I'm a child. Don't listen to me. Well, I don't. So Fox, you lead the party deep into this.
I want to tell them there are a handful of traps as we continue to go down. It's very, very, very important you do not get off this walkway. Do not.
Single file line.
Single file line. Do not step off this walkway. Pesky, are you listening?
Yes,
That's a
walkway
good
or
word.
that. Walkway of
Walkway
death.
of death. Do
As Pesky
Yes.
wanders slightly to the
do not touch
listing lazily
anything.
to the left as you're like slightly distracted with that.
Pesky,
Yes, dusting the
stay on the
hat.
walkway.
Yes, yes.
Single file.
Single file to hide our numbers. Come on, stay on the walkway.
You
Yes,
you lead
walkway
them
for death.
into like the depths and to what would be like the cargo section essentially of this massive ship. And considering it's a city size, I mean, like you could technically probably fit actual whole buildings into what is their cargo space.
Okay.
In fact, some of the cargo containers could possibly even be close to that size. There are several sort of broken and scattered all along the floor. You're kind of entering from an upper level that sort of like looks down upon it. But you see on the far side a like massive green crystal that's emanating light and kind of smoke, and like it looks like green fire. But you can still see like the very crystalline solid form of what they were calling the Nargithi cluster. You just need a shard of it to bring back. And standing in front of it, you see a like tall, slender, feminine looking figure with like stark white braided hair running all the way down their back. They have from this distance it's hard to tell, but there's like a metal face mask, and you do not see like eye slots. So little weird. This person is like reaching out towards the cluster. You see like green emanating from their hand towards the cluster, and like a connection between the two. This individual reaches for something like kind of on their back. Kind of hard to tell from this distance, but like it's a weird object because it extends past their hand. You see there's like a bit of emotion, and two red blades shoot out from either side of this person's hand, and you see them just slice the cluster. There's like a massive burst of energy from it when this happens. Almost strong enough at this distance, almost strong enough to knock you off your feet. Which is wild because you feel like you're a pretty good distance away from this thing. And like a chunk of the crystal just falls off, just slides right off, lands on the ground. The glow lessens on this cut portion, but the individual picks it up, kind of holds it up like they're inspecting it. They turn off their lightsaber, return it to their back, and turn essentially in your direction.
So now we see each other.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, we're facing each other, I think.
A mysterious stranger. And that might be a good cliffhanger
I think that's probably a
moment.
really good. Yeah, we're about an hour and 12 in.
So we exchanged one flavor of death for another flavor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which flavor of death do you like?
A
Green
potentially
or
flavored
Right.
death. Yeah.
Death by monster. Death by
So you guys will have to tune in
lightsaber,
and
Death
you know,
by
see
goat.
what happens.
Wild.
Death
I'm gonna say 20 XP, just so I don't forget this time. 20 XP. So make sure you add that.
Add it to my total.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Dang it. I'm so far behind you guys now.
No, you're all good. You're all good. As long as you make sure you keep adding it to your earned, and then like, you know, tracking that down as you spend it, you're in good shape.
I have definitely been keeping track of the available, just not in the total. Okay.
I'm so excited. I do have a picture for this this mysterious stranger.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
Let's see if it'll.
Actually, yeah, can you send that over so I can add it into the video when we
Yeah.
or when I edit?
Oh, if it'll. Well, come on, work with me.
We get really into this game. Every time we're like, oh yeah, we'll wrap it up. We're like, nope, we have 3 side quests to go.
Let's make this more difficult.
I mean, I think it's a sign that we're really enjoying the game, though. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Is she
Inquisitor?
is she an Inquisitor?
Not gonna answer questions.
That's meta.
That's meta. Yeah.
We can't.
I will say, like, this, I love this character. I have, like, warped her from her written material because she is technically
I was
one of the characters. She is a character that's presented in one of the adventure books, but I use her.
Oh, okay.
She is
I
really
think she's
cool.
Her
amazing.
backstory is just
Yeah.
so good.
Well, after I find out who she is, I'm really excited to hear that.
Well, maybe she
backstory.
doesn't.
I think you like
Well,
her.
you're not a ghost anymore, Pesky. Now
you're
you're
doing
just
really
scared
good.
of people with blades.
You're a
Right.
mysterious
A
stranger.
sword wizard, you know,
Yeah.
that's better.
So yeah, tune in next week. Make sure follow us on Facebook, Instagram,
Yep.
YouTube. Yes, YouTube.
Also, Patreon starts at just $3 a month, and you get fun swag. You get stickers every month. You get behind the scenes looks at us and what we're doing. You get chances to be on the show. You get other merch. You got T-shirts and other goodies coming up. You have exclusive episodes. What else do we give them? We give them all kinds of stuff.
All the things. Yeah. And the bell. You got to do the little notification thing.
Oh yes, please. If you have not clicked the notification bell, it really helps us. Leave comments, like us, subscribe us, talk to us. Any engagement really helps us be seen, and it just feels good.
Feels good.
Good.
All right. So until next time, from our galaxy to yours,
May the force be with you.
always.
Bye. Do I do the and then hey, wow.
My thing from now on. Oh, what if I name my night sister Foxy when I build it? Because I'm building a night sister. I won't do it. I'll name her Foxy.
Thank you for listening to Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha, written and produced by Denise McKay,
Edited and produced by Rexy Jupiter.
and with special brand marketing help by Bailey Hawkins.
Original logo designed by Tyler Rigney.
And intro and outro music provided by Galactic Empire. And you can find us on all streaming platforms at Traveling Bantha and now on YouTube.
Don't forget, we also have a Discord where we have channels for all kinds of things. So remember to come join us there and sign up for our Patreon. You get exclusive merch, behind the scenes look, monthly Women of Star Wars episode, and more things as we're always adding them.
And special thank you to Jedi Knight members and higher, including Rooney, Michael Beavers, and James Peak.
And Mark Collier.
And from our galaxy to yours,
May the force be with you.
always.